Deep beneath the cold soil of Europe, far away from the eyes of civilians, and even many soldiers, there existed a hidden world, a world carved out of stone, steel, and secrecy, a world where the echoes of war never stopped, and where the fate of nations was silently shaped. Welcome to the forgotten underground base of World War II, a secret so vast, so ambitious, and so buried in silence that even today many people do not know it ever existed. Today we journey deep into that underground shadow to discover how this hidden base came to life, who built it, how it operated, and what terrifying purpose it served during one of the darkest eras in human history. Now let the story begin. The year is 1938, and the storm of war is gathering across Europe. Armies are marching, alliances are forming, and deep inside the mountains of Central Europe, engineers and architects are quietly working on one of the most secretive projects ever attempted. Long tunnels are drilled into stone. Massive chambers are hollowed out, and entire networks of passages are forged in total darkness. The workers rarely know what they are building. They only understand that it must be finished before the war erupts. As the political tension grows, this hidden base begins to take shape, stretching miles beneath the surface. Its walls are thick, its design is cold, and its deeper levels are so secret that only a handful of people are granted access. The underground base becomes an invisible city built not for peace but for endurance and destruction. It is meant to survive bombings, invasions, and even the collapse of entire regions above it. When World War II finally explodes across the continent, the underground base becomes the beating heart of covert strategy. Thousands of troops, engineers, and specialists begin to move through tunnels lit only by dim lamps. The air is heavy with dust, and the constant vibration of machinery fills the underground world with an eerie rhythm. Trains transport equipment through narrow rails buried far below the earth. Messages are carried in hushed voices, and officers gather in war rooms carved from stone to plan the next devastating step of the conflict. The Allies know nothing of the full extent of this underground labyrinth. They suspect there might be hidden bunkers scattered across Europe, but they have no idea how large or interconnected the secret base truly is. Its existence remains buried under layers of mystery and coded communication. The terrain above it looks calm, peaceful, untouched, but below the earth an invisible fortress is preparing for the long years of war ahead. Inside the base, life is unlike anything on the surface. The people living and working here rarely see daylight. Some go weeks without stepping outside. They sleep in narrow bunks, eaten by shadows, and waking each day to the cold metallic hum of machinery. Nearby, the corridors are long and silent. The ceilings drip with moisture, and the smell of oil and dust clings to the air. Yet despite the gloom, this place is a masterpiece of engineering. It has ventilation systems, water pipelines, and power networks, all designed to function even if the world above collapses into ruin. As the war grows more brutal, the underground base becomes even more crucial. Commanders make it their hidden headquarters. Scientists bring secret technology here, protected from enemy bombing raids. Workers build machines, weapons, and prototypes under strict supervision, and the goal of the base becomes clear: to survive every attack and continue the war from below the ground if necessary. This hidden fortress was designed for a worst-case scenario, a scenario where Europe above is burning but the war machine below continues to operate relentlessly. During 1942, the activity inside the base reaches its peak. The tunnels echo with footsteps, the workshops run day and night, and the war rooms become crowded with maps showing battle lines shifting across continents. The people inside never see the sky. They only hear distant rumblings of explosions and the faint trembling of the earth whenever bombs strike above their heads. The underground world feels disconnected from reality, as if trapped in a parallel universe where night and day no longer exist. As the tides of war begin to shift and Allied forces push forward, the commanders of the base intensify their work. They create deeper tunnels, build new chambers, and reinforce the old ones, fearing that the war may soon reach their hidden fortress. At any moment, the base bursts with frantic energy. Soldiers run, carrying crates of supplies. Technicians adjust machinery. Scientists test experimental equipment. and officers shout orders that echo through the tunnels like ghostly voices trapped in stone. While most of Europe is covered with smoke, ruins, and devastation, the underground base continues to operate like a silent metal heart-pumping strategy. And manpower into the war effort. Rumors begin to spread among the people living above the ground, whispers of an invisible city, hidden underneath mountains or forests, a place from where war is controlled, a place where no bomb can reach. These rumors spread but remain unconfirmed because the base is too deep, too protected, too secret to be believed. As the Allies move closer, the tension beneath the earth grows heavier. Every day fear creeps through the tunnels. Even though the walls are strong, the people inside know that their hidden safety may soon be exposed. The commanders start to destroy documents, burn papers, and seal off certain chambers, leaving behind a trail of mystery that will confuse historians for generations. Some areas of the base are abandoned, some are locked forever, and some continue operating until the very last days of the conflict. By 1945, the war is collapsing, and the underground base faces its final chapter. Soldiers withdraw, equipment disappears, and the once vibrant tunnels grow quiet. The lights flicker and die. The machines stop, the footsteps fade, and the underground world becomes a hollow echo of what it once was. As the war above finally comes to an end, the hidden base below Europe is abandoned, left behind like a sleeping giant, buried in rock and secrecy. For decades after the war, the governments and historians argue about the true purpose of the underground base. Some believe it was a command center, others claim it was a research facility, and some even suggest it was meant to be an emergency city for leaders to hide in if Europe fell entirely to destruction. Many documents were destroyed, many witnesses vanished, and many tunnels were sealed, making the truth harder to uncover. In time, explorers, historians, and urban archaeologists begin to rediscover the forgotten underground world. They wander through tunnels covered in dust. They find rusted machinery, scattered documents, old uniforms, and silent chambers filled with strange equipment. Shadows stretch across the stone walls, and the cold air carries memories of war frozen in time. Many parts of the base remain dangerous. Even today, some passages are unstable, some chambers are flooded, and some levels are so deep that no one truly knows what lies at the end of the darkness. The underground base becomes a powerful symbol of the hidden side of World War II. It represents the fear, the ambition, and the desperation of nations trying to survive a global conflict. It also reveals the extraordinary engineering capabilities forged under pressure. The sheer size and complexity of the base prove how far human determination can go, even in the darkest periods of history. To stand inside the tunnels today is to feel the presence of the past. The walls seem to whisper stories of soldiers who never saw the sun, of officers who planned battles deep below the earth, of scientists who worked in secrecy, and of countless unknown workers who carved this gigantic world with sweat and suffering. The silence of the underground is heavy yet full of meaning. It reminds us that the greatest secrets of war are often hidden far away from the battlefield, buried beneath layers of stone and silence. The secret base beneath Europe remains one of the most mysterious remnants of World War II. Its true purpose still not fully revealed, its deepest chambers still locked, and its story still echoing across history like a distant voice calling from the darkness of the earth. A reminder that even in the most violent eras, humanity builds not only weapons but entire worlds hidden beneath the ground, worlds that tell us how far nations will go when desperation commands them and war overshadows everything. And so the legend of the underground base continues, a place built in fear, operated in secrecy, and abandoned in silence. Its presence remains beneath the soil, beneath the memories, and beneath the truth, waiting for future generations to uncover its deepest secrets and understand why such a massive world had to be hidden from the light of day.